Welcome back to Living on the Prairie.
Master bedroom. That's where we're starting.
Yes, that is where we're starting, or have started.
That's where we started. Why did you want to start with master bedroom, Madison?
Well, Grandma's still living there right now, and she doesn't sleep in the master bedroom. That was my grandpa's bedroom.
Dookie, come on, man.
And
I'm gonna take this away from you.
So she wasn't really utilizing that space at the moment, and with her still living there, we didn't want to encroach on other areas of the house that she is utilizing. So the master bedroom seemed like the perfect place to start.
And what about the cats?
They are not allowed in the master bedroom anymore.
That's another reason why we're starting with the master bedroom, is because the cats can't get in there, and the cats are a problem, and they stink, and they make everything gross. Sorry, Grandma.
Love you.
Love you.
Not your cats.
The first thing on our agenda was tackling the popcorn ceiling. Scraping it off and sanding it was messy, but totally worth it for a smoother, modern look. After that, we cleaned everything, walls, ceiling, and the floor, to get the room prepped for paint.
So choosing paint colors can be pretty tricky. At least for me, who is a very indecisive person, and it drives Bryce crazy. But when we consider the lighting, what we're using the room for, and like the kind of color palette, Bryce is probably like, I don't even care about any of this.
Everything I pick gets vetoed. Like, they don't like what
Yeah,
I
so
pick.
Bryce picked the
It's fine.
one.
I chose one.
He
and
chose one, and both Grandma and I said no to that
so
one.
whatever.
I'll put a picture on the screen and put an arrow pointing to the one he chose, which is the one we vetoed. But I'm hoping you can use it in
Look, if we don't use it, we don't use it.
the exotic pets.
All I really
basement.
care about is that it looks good. The paint
Yes.
that you did choose, which was what color?
It was Dove White by Valspar, which I think we got from Lowe's.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did get that from Lowe's. And then the trim.
The trim, yes, which you'll see later in the video, but the trim, originally I wanted the accessible beige that we found from Sherwin, why can I not speak?
Sherwin-Williams.
Sherwin-Williams, that's such a weird name. But it's such a common brand, I don't know, but accessible beige, but Bryce wanted something slightly darker. Let me see if I can find it. So when we went to Ace Hardware, which shout out to the Augusta Ace Hardware, love that place.
Every time we go, they do an amazing job.
We've been there twice. Amazing job.
Amazing job.
But the guy at the paint center helped us color match the accessible beige, and then we found something that was slightly darker, which was what Bryce was wanting, so we went with the Grant Beige Benjamin Moore for the trim, which you'll see later on.
My sister-in-law, Claire, joined us to help paint. While Bryce tackled the ceiling with a coat of primer, Claire and I started cutting in the walls. We only painted 3 of the walls, since the one with the sliding door will be converted to a window later on.
Sorry.
So we are converting the sliding door into a window with the help of a contractor, Terry Page, out of Douglas. And why are we doing that, Bryce?
It's a sliding door on the second level of the house that currently opens up into a 10-foot drop. Because there used to be a deck that your grandpa built.
Yes, not correctly though.
Not correctly.
It worked for the past
It worked
30
for a
some
long time,
years,
and then
yeah.
it started to not work because he didn't seal things properly.
Didn't seal things properly. There's no railing.
There's no,
So-
it's not connected to the house correctly, so it had to be taken down.
It did.
And so Uncle Les helped us take that down because he's a handyman.
He is. He
knows
knows
how to do
a lot of things.
everything. I'm gonna say everything.
Not everything.
practically
He doesn't know how to install Windows.
Okay,
He
the
blatantly
things
told
he
me
doesn't
that.
know, he knows who to
He
find.
he could figure it out.
Exactly.
We
That's
trust
why I think he could do everything.
But we're hoping to use the wood deck that was outside the sliding door for other projects, but we're not sure exactly what.
Piece it apart and use it for the
Yeah, we might run into the same issues that you had with the front deck, though, where the screws were so crusty.
rusted.
Yeah, that you couldn't.
That I couldn't get them to
couldn't
come
get
out.
it
So I might
attached.
well, I could still use the Sawzall to like cut the ends, and so it would just make it slightly shorter than normal, but.
That is true. One thing that I'm really excited about moving to this property is because there's so many memories connected to it. This is where my aunt and my mom grew up for most of their childhood, and they have a lot of memories, whether they're good, bad, just, life happens. But one about the deck was that during the summertime, Leanna and my mom would go outside, and my mom would be mowing while Leanna sunbathed on the back deck. Now, I don't know if they alternated, probably not, but it's just nice to know that memories were made on this property and that we will get to continue that. And I think that's really special.
And more stories will be shared as time goes on, too.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
With the painting done, it was time to pull up the old carpet and baseboards. Bryce did that while I tackled deconstructing an old entertainment center and tossing it in the back of the dump truck. As people who have not done a lot of renovations, do you have any tips or tricks for when it comes to removing tack strips and staples? We'll be removing the carpet from the other parts of the house, so it's going to be at like 1,000 square feet, and would really appreciate any helpful suggestions.
So after Bryce took the tack strips out and removed the baseboards, we started cleaning the floor so that we could lay the luxury vinyl plank that we bought from Home Depot. Now, the first one that we wanted and the one we found online was called Trail Oak, and when we got to the store, what was wrong with it, Bryce?
You didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
It was too...
After spending several hours looking through options online, I settled on this Trail Oak, and when we got to the store, it was too
red. It was
red.
too red.
Just like your shirt. I'm just kidding. It's supposed to be red. But I didn't want our flooring to be red. So we quickly looked through the options, and thankfully,
I pretty much immediately saw
we
it.
found one that we liked.
So, it is Lakeside Oak.
Close.
Lakeside Hill Oak?
Lakeside Hill Oak. And I also really liked the name. Not that that had to do anything
With
with
the
the
selection.
appearance, but the name was really cool too.
Laying LVP was a learning experience. We watched a few YouTube tutorials and started early, hoping to finish in one day. Spoiler alert, we didn't. It took a while to get the hang of it, but once we did, it became an enjoyable process. Or maybe I should say satisfying process. While Bryce finished up the flooring, I started painting the trim. We chose a beige color to contrast with the walls. Installing the trim was my favorite part, thanks to a nail gun we borrowed from my dad. It made the job a breeze, though we learned the hard way about using the right nails. There are multiple areas where we will need to patch and repaint the trim later, but that can wait just for a little bit.
So this is what we got done this first week of renovations. Took us about 6 days, which, thinking about it, probably took a lot longer than it needed to.
Hopefully we'll have help in the future.
I blame it on the floor, like having to figure out how to do it, messing up, realizing that we messed up, going back and removing those pieces, fixing it again. Just took a little bit longer than it probably needed to, but now I know better for the future.
Now we know
better for the future on how to install that. So it should go a lot quicker. I think getting all of it done will be a lot faster in the future. There's only a couple things really left in the master bedroom, right? The ceiling fan, which we're waiting on the electrician, the closet,
that entire wall with the sliding
that
door.
entire wall with the sliding door. So there's a decent amount.
There's a
left
decent
in there,
amount.
But
and the master bathroom.
And the master
but
bathroom.
That'll be its own
video
and whole
ordeal.
So. Thanks for joining us in this first part of our interior work renovation. Until next time, keep choosing joy. I love you, Ellie.